Tutorial is going to show you how to do auto form two different ways. The first way is just going to extrude it out, as in bring out a depth to it. And you can do this with any line and any shape. It can be auto shape, auto line, or it can be custom line or shape. So I'm just going to do a very basic cube. I'm going to start with just a box. And I'm going to take away the outline because I don't want to extrude an outline, so I'm going to put none on outline. And then I'm just going to pick any arbitrary color, so we'll just do blue. The Auto 3D is located under the Effect menu. There's 3D, and Extrude is your first option. And yours is going to look like this. All right, you're going to have just a few options here, but you can always hit the button for more options. And you also have the option with this to preview it as you make changes. So I'm going to do that. Anytime Illustrator offers me a preview, I go ahead and do that. Notice how it's already turned to 3D. So let's go over your different options. You can plug in different degrees for its rotation. You can also just click on this preview and move it around. Come near it, you can rotate it. This blue always shows you the front of your form. You have the option to give it perspective, so as it goes farther back in space, it can look like it's getting smaller. Right here, the extrude depth is defaulted to 50 points, so that's how thick the depth is. I can increase that. You can make it look like it's an enclosed form or an open form. So it's defaulted to be closed. I can make it look like I can see through it in open form. Bevel, that's basically how the depth comes out, the decoration on the depth part. Right now it doesn't have a bevel, so it's just flat. There are a few defaults, so I'll just show you this complex one. It sort of appeared right here, but let me change the height of it so you can really see. There we go. Okay, if you look at this bevel, it goes flat, pops out, goes flat, pops in, goes flat. So if you look at my form, I'll try to change it so you can see the look of it. It's flat, pops out, flat, pops in, flat. You can change whether that bevel is kind of carved out from the original or added on to the original. Okay, carved out, added on. The more options here, this deals with your lighting. Okay, this shows your light source, and that dot is where the light is coming from and how it's being projected onto your form. You can click on it and move it around. Again, notice how my preview, the lighting is changing on it depending on where that light source is. I can come in and change up the percentages of how much light there is, the intensity, how many steps it blends. So a lot of options here. And then lastly, you can map art onto your form by clicking this. I'm going to click OK. Now, if I want to come back and edit this, because the way Illustrator thinks of this is it still thinks of my box with an effect on it. So if I came back up here, and let's pretend like I want to take the bevel off. If I come back up here and I do 3D extrude and bevel again, what it's going to do is it's going to put an extrude and bevel on top of the extrude and bevel that I've already done on top of my box. You don't want to do that. You don't want to have an effect on top of an effect on top of an effect. So instead, if you want to edit it, you want to go through your appearance panel. And the appearance panel is this circle with the dotted line around it. You open that up, and it gives you all the attributes of the selection that you have. So I've selected my box. It's still there. It tells me I don't have an outline. It tells me I have a blue fill, and it also tells me I have this 3D extrude and bevel effect. If I click here, I can edit it. So click. Now, my preview went away, but that's okay. I just checked preview again. And there it is again. All of the settings that I did just a little while ago are still there. So if I don't want that bevel anymore, I can take it away. And then click OK. I haven't put an effect on top of an effect. Instead, I've edited the effect. And again, you have to do that through the appearance panel. Next. You can also revolve to create form. It's located in the same place, and you can do this with a line or a shape, and it can be custom, it can be auto, line or shape. But instead of popping it out, this time it's going to revolve around an axis. So I'm going to choose revolve. Very similar things pop up as far as the menu options go. You can hit this button and get more options. You can preview it. And what it does is it takes this shape that I made and it's just revolving it around the left edge 360 degrees. I can still change the angles around the axis. So my view changes. I can tell it that I only want to revolve it 45 degrees. So now I just have a pipe section. I can tell it to revolve on the left edge or the right edge. I can also offset it. So it's on the right edge right now. And if I offset it, it's just going to move away from that right edge and revolve. Okay, it's getting farther and farther away from that edge. And then the revolve look is different because of that offset. Okay, this is another one of those where you don't want to edit it through the menu. Instead, you want to edit it through your appearance panel. So if I want to change it, say I want to revolve this around 360 degrees. There we go. You have to edit through the appearance panel.